आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello everyone, so the question is if 1 square minus t1 plus 2 square minus t2 and this proceeds up to n square minus tn is equal to n into n square minus 1 upon 3, then the value of t1 is, we are given with 4 options, we have to find the answer and then tick which of the option is correct. So I'm writing down the given, that is 1 square minus t1 plus 2 square minus t2 plus this proceeds up to n square minus tn, and the given series is equal to n into n square minus 1 upon 3. Okay, now we are going to separate the series and I can write it after separation as 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, and like this it proceeds up to n of square, and then it's minus sign here, t1 plus t2, and this proceeds up to, just a second, yeah, and this series proceeds up to tn. So I have basically separated the series into two parts, and this equation is equal to n into n square minus 1 upon 3. Okay, now we know that the sum of the squares of the number, that is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, and this proceeds up to n. So the formula for the sum is equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 upon 6. Okay, so n into n plus 1 plus 2n upon 6, this is the formula for this series, that is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, and it proceeds up to n. So this is the formula for this. And the second one, I'm assuming this series, that is the sum of this series, that is t1 t2 plus t3, and that proceeds up to tn. So I'm assuming the sum as Sn here. So here I will write it as this formula plus Sn is equal to n into n square minus 1 upon. Now I'm rearranging the given equation. So I'm taking Sn on one side and I'm taking the rest of the part to the right side. So the equation becomes Sn is equal, yeah, there must be a negative sign here. So yeah, it's a negative here. So I will rearrange it. Sn would be equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6, and I'll take this to this side, so it would be minus n into n square minus 1 upon 3. Okay, now we will rearrange it again. I will take n into n plus 1 upon 6 common. So n into n plus 1 upon 6 I am taking common here. So what we are left inside, we are left with 2n plus 1 minus 2 into n minus 1. Okay, so it will be like this here. Now I will further solve it. So this is equal to Sn, correct? Let's solve it further. So it is Sn is equal to n into n plus 1 upon 6. So it's 2n plus 1 minus 2n plus 2. So 2n cancels with 2n, and what we are left with? We are left with Sn is equal to n into n plus 1 into 3. 1 plus 2 is 3 upon 6. So this goes with this, 3 2s are 6. So we are left with Sn is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, now one thing here is to be noted is that if Sn is equal to this, so Sn minus 1 would be equal to n into n minus 1 upon 2, correct? Now we have to find the value of Tn. In the question it was asked to find the value of Tn. So we know that Tn is equal to Sn minus S of n minus 1. So this is Sn and this is S of n minus 1. So let's subtract the given equation. What we get? So we get n into n plus 1 upon 2 minus n into n minus 1 upon 2. So let's calculate it further. What we get? We get, in the denominator it would be 2 and in the numerator it would be n square plus n minus n square plus n, and in the denominator it would be 2. Okay, so n square cancels out with minus n square. We are left with 2n upon 2. So after that we are left with Tn is equal to 2. So basically the value of Tn is 2. Which of the option is n? So A is n square, B is 2n, C is n square minus 2, and D is none of the above. So n is in none of the options, so I would correct D, none of the above. So I can write below that option D is the correct option. I hope it is clear. Thank you.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।